It's always good to finish off a project by being creative. So let's think about the lever crane and then where it would be used. It would be used in a particular scenario. So what would the scenery be like around the crane? Where would it be, and what would you see in the background where the crane operates? Well, there's all sorts of possibilities. And if we just take some bits of plain paper or card or coloured paper and then draw the shapes or cut the shapes out that we need, then we'll put them in the scene with the crane. So for example, if the scene was where the crane would load a ship or unload a ship, then you might need a ship in the background. So that's just a silhouette cut out, but we could add all of the sort of detail onto it. The windows, the portholes, an anchor chain, all sorts of things like that. That could be in the background. You might need people. So do some simple cutouts of people. I'm sure you've all seen this before, where what you do is if you've got a little piece of paper like that about that size, fold in half and then symmetrically cut. We all know what a person looks like. They've got a round head like that, look. There's the arms up in the air, so that's this person here, arms up in the air. A bit too long maybe, so we'll chop a little bit off. Arms coming back down to the body. There's the side of the body there. There's the legs coming out there. There's the shoes on the end of the feet. Well, this person looks more like they're sort of doing gymnastics than driving a crane, but you get the idea. There we are. So this could be the very excited crane driver who's so thrilled because he loves driving a crane. All right. But you get the idea. You can have any shape you want and put lots of detail in, like the shape of the boots and all sorts of stuff. A hat on his head. So there we go. What else could you have? Well, there could be a sort of trucks in the background. There could be in the distance in the background there another crane. You can have all sorts of stuff in your picture. Well, what about the crane itself? It was popular for the huge cranes on the River Tyne, and other rivers as well, to give them a name. And one of them I remember was called Titan. Titan the crane, so that's a very powerful name. You could think of a name for your crane and then give it, make a nameplate for it. Then the crane itself. So all that could be the background look, but the crane itself could also have parts attached to it. Oops, we mentioned Titan, didn't we? I suppose Titan would go on the arm of the crane like that. And then here's the crane driver, and here's the levers, and then maybe there's all sorts of other things you could add onto it. So have a good think about that, and have a think about the scenery that you might want to add. Another way to make scenery stand up, of course, is to take a piece of card, put a fold in the back, and then rest. So if that was going to fall, all you've got to do is rest something around the back. So there's a bit of blue tack, look. There it goes. Now that's going to stand up, and then we can create our scene here. I don't think he should be standing in the water, because if that's where the ship is, that's where the water is, but you get the idea. We're going to have all these little items in various places, the nameplate on, and then the crane in the scene as well. So you won't get a very good view of that, but let's try and rotate it around a bit for you. And then the crane would be part of that there. The mighty Titan. I'm sure you can come up with your own creative ideas. It needn't be a scene of industry. You might want to do a scene where it's sort of a fun use of a crane, and that could be that sort of fishing game idea. Maybe the crane at sea, catch